Hey guys, it's Gina, and I am here to walk you through this layout I created for the YouTube layout hop for January of 2015. And the theme this month was then and now. And I struggled a bit with this because I don't do these kind of layouts that often. And I thought I had a lot of thoughts about what I would document, different thoughts and feelings I had about then and now. I've done one of these layouts in the past, and I did it about my nephew's fear of water and how he got over it. And I don't know. I didn't feel like doing a child layout this month. So I'm really trying to focus more on scrapbooking about Stu and I as opposed to scrapbooking about my nieces and nephews, although they are a huge part of our lives. I don't want to, I want to make sure that I get Stu and my stories documented. So I started out with my Scraptastic kit for January, and I use very little of it, to be exact. I started out by thinking that I was going to use that ombre paper, which I love that paper, but I didn't end up using it, and I cut down a piece of the cream cardstock to create two 3x4 cards because I thought that this layout was going to have a lot of journaling on it, and as this layout progresses, it becomes something that I never envisioned to begin with. So I knew I wanted to have like these two clusters of embellishments where I would put journaling about then and now, and my journaling actually turns out to be a couple of letter stickers. Like, there is no journaling, like handwritten journaling on this page at all, because I think that in the end it gets the point across, but we'll get there. So I'm starting, this is a Scraptastic paper. It is their exclusive in their January 2015 kit. It is called Succulents, that teal with the floral looking design on it is that Scraptastic exclusive paper, and the cream cardstock also came in the kit. Those butterflies also came in the kit. The butterflies stay on the layout. That pink that pink little tag looking thing actually does not stay on the layout. I will get rid of that later. And as I'm thinking about the fact that this layout is going to have a lot of journaling, I know that my handwriting tends to go downhill when I'm writing without lines, so I'm looking here for some 3x5 or some journaling cards that I could use where there were lines on them so that I could actually keep my writing straight. And those were some Teresa Collins tags that I thought that I would use, and I'm going to play around with them for a bit, and then I'm going to end up not using those either. I go back and forth. A lot of this video you're going to see is me going back and forth and trying to figure out, and I actually liked how this set up, but I was determined to use these obnoxious stickers from my mind's eye, and they're only obnoxious in the fact that I wanted to use them on a 12x12 layout, and I think they're about 4 inches tall themselves. So, but I was determined. I bought them in every color that my mind's eye, and I think they're more for like making banners for like parties and things, but I wanted to use them on a layout, and if the theme of this layout was going to be then and now, I really wanted that to be the focus and kind of in your face, if you will. And as you can see, the letters take up a good portion of the background paper. Of course they do, and they may actually be a little bit larger than 4 inches. I'm not really sure. I didn't measure them, and I thought, well, the letters are big enough. I will just, what's the word I'm looking for? Layer the, my embellishment clusters and my journaling over top of them, because the point will still come across. I don't end up doing that either. But I am going to put these down. I would recommend, if you're going to use these on a layout, not to use that tape adhesive that I'm using there. They do not stick very well because they're heavy, I think. So I had to go back after. You won't see me do it on the video, but after the video's over, I had to go back and add some. I actually put some of the tape, not the tape runner adhesive, but like the red, very sticky tape kind of adhesive to keep those letters down on the paper. Still trucking along with this idea about these two tags from Teresa Collins, and I'm going to think about them, and the problem I'm having, I think, is that they're not the same. So I'm like, no. And then these are also from that Teresa Collins line, and they have lines on them, and they're a little bit smaller. These are the 3x4 cards, and I thought, okay, well, then I'll use these. No, I don't use those either. And then I like these cards with the smaller writing lines on it, which is funny because I write really, really big, so I don't know why I was thinking that those smaller lines would be better. But so here I'm like, I'm really, you can see my elbow there at the bottom. I'm like really looking at this and like, what are you going to do? I'm like, okay, well, we need some pink at the bottom because we have that pink butterfly in that top cluster, so I want to bring that down. But in the end, I don't like the way this looks either. I'm actually going to go all the way back. I'm going to play with these banners for a bit. They don't make it onto the layout either. And I fight with myself sometimes about, taking these kinds of parts out, but I think part of the thing that I like about watching process videos is I really like the person's, actual process. How do you pick, what decisions are you making while you go through and make your layout? So I leave it all in there, and I'm actually going to put adhesive on the back of this banner, and then I'm not going to use it. So I'm going to have to make sure I use it on like my next layout because now it has adhesive on it and it's sitting on my desk. So I'm going to have to work that in. Excuse me. Wow, I can't believe that. Pretty tired this morning. So I'm going to go all the way back to my original idea of using these these 3x4 cards that I cut from that cream card stock that came in the Scraptastic kit. And now I'm like, that middle, it needs something. So I'm going through all these banners from Heidi Swap and don't like any of them. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I can put these 3x4 cards behind the letters. Huh. So I really hit on something here that I like. So I'm actually going to layer those letters on top of what I still think at this point, are going to be my journaling cards. And here I'm going to play with the idea. I'm looking at that center between the then and the now, and I know that it needs something. And because I'm talking about a change from, how I felt about something before to how I'm feeling about something now, I thought the butterfly motif really worked there. And so I'm looking through. This is some string gel that I bought. So I'm opening it up to see and reading instructions about it, and I'm going to put it away and not even use it. And because I thought I might put some of those butterflies using that Heidi Swap stencil in the middle of those two words. Don't end up doing that either. This is like my thing lately. I don't know what it is. I'm corner rounding everything. So I go through and I corner round those 3x4 pieces of paper that I cut, and then I'm going to commit and put them down on the layout. There we are. And I'm also going to commit and put these butterflies down. I'm running out of... I really love that adhesive, and I wish I could tell you what it is, but I don't remember right off the top. Maybe I'll... Nope. One day I'll put it down and I'll be able to see it, but I really love that adhesive, but I'm running out. So I put the butterflies down, and I'm still thinking, like, that middle part is really plain. What am I going to do to put in there? And then I'm looking through this... And this is a weird thing. I just so happen to have some wood veneer feathers from my Scraptastic kit, and I'm not even sure what month they came in. But I had them on my desk in that little, you can see that glass jar in the upper right-hand corner. And then I had that sassafras, border strip that I'm actually, that's what I was doing. I was writing down what it was. That border strip is from Sassafras, Indie Girl, Pocahontas, and Me. It's the actual branding strip, the manufacturer strip off of that paper, and it's got feathers on it. So I thought, and then I'll use these wood veneer feathers. No rhyme or reason to it. That's just where I was going. So I have feathers and butterflies. We're going to go with it. Who knows? So I use that I've had that. I can't even tell you how old that Sassafras branding strip is, but I've saved it because I thought one day I'll use it. And here, lo and behold, is the day that I end up using it. So I add it below the word then, and then I add the remainder of it into that bottom left-hand side cluster. And now I'm looking through, okay, I think at this point I finally realize what I'm going to talk about, where then and now is concerned, and I decide that I want to talk about how much exercise has changed in my life. And what that means is I used to dread going to the gym. Like, I would literally have to what's the word? Like, pump myself up to get myself to leave the house to go to the gym. I hated it. I am not a natural. I do not like to work out naturally. If you've seen my, pictures, you know that. But I started working out with a personal trainer in September. Yeah. And I don't know what it is, but now I really look forward to going to the gym and working out with her. Now, I haven't been able to get to the gym when I don't have appointments with her, so I'm going to have to work on that. But going to the gym, I miss when I don't have time with her at the gym because I feel like I'm, kicking butt and getting stronger and that sort of thing. So I'm super excited about going to the gym, and I really don't like it. And it's funny because the other day I was talking to my friend Shelly, and I'm having some calf pain, which is weird. It's not shin splints, because that's of course what you first think of, but it's not that. It's muscular pain, and I said to my friend Shelley, I was like, if this prevents me from going to the gym, I'm going to be seriously mad. And I'm like, who was that just said that? That wasn't me. I used to look for excuses not to go to the gym, and now I'm like, oh, I got to go to the gym. So it's kind of funny. So I decided at some point during this layout that that's what I was going to document. I pulled just some tags. I wanted some yellow in that bottom left-hand corner, so I used a little tag. I don't know. I told you in other videos that I've combined like a lot of my recent kits, so I don't know where that tag came from. It was just, some kind of miscellaneous tag that came in one of my kits lately. That flare that I put on there is from Studio Calico. No, it isn't. It's from Scraptastic. And the little wood veneers, one of them is from Scraptastic, and the other one is from Pink Fresh Studio. So I'm just adding a little bit of embellishment to those two clusters, pulling the yellow down and the pink up to make sure that, they're kind of balanced. And then I'm going to use these. I pull them out here, but I don't start using them yet. I went to look for stamps to actually put my journaling on it. I thought it was going to be a lot of handwritten journaling, but turns out no. I'm just going to use these pink paisley stickers. They're pink paisley. They're from the Solstice collection, and I'm going to put in that upper one that says, for then is hate it, and then in the lower left-hand cluster, I'm going for the now. I'm going to put need it. It's not a matter of want. It's a matter of need. I need to go to the gym, and it is not. It's like an intrinsic thing now that I need to go to the gym. I want to go, and I love going, and I'm not very happy when I'm there, but when I leave, I feel like a super badass, excuse my French. So, it's not. I don't know why we say that. Anyway, back to the layout. So I put the hate it, I put the need it, and now I'm playing around with the fact that I need to put this, I want to put the word exercise in the middle of then and now. So I'm going to use a ruler because I'm using these large stamps, and I'm going to lay them out to make sure that the spacing is okay. And I know that I'm going to run into a problem with the fact that I'm going to stamp over this manufacturer strip, which is going to mess up the, here you're going to see, I'm like, how do you spell exercise? So I had to write it down to make sure I was spelling it correctly, and it still looks weird to me, so I don't know. I think it's spelled right, but so I lay it all out. These are close to my heart acrylic stamps, and I don't know like what I bought them secondhand from someone in a Facebook scrapbook yard sale kind of group, and you can see where they do not stamp perfectly. They would have stamped perfectly if that banner strip wasn't there, if that feather sassafras branding strip wasn't there. They would have stamped absolutely great, but they didn't. So I know that I'm going to have to fix that, but I'm going to finish the word first, and what I typically do is lay it all out like this, and then I pick up the part that has the most letters, and then I go back and hello, this pit pen, this medium point pit pen that I have is it's out of ink, so I use this one. This one is the, what is it? Pitt. It's a Faber-Castell actually makes the Pitt pens. This is the big brush in black, and I just use that to fill in these little spots that the stamps missed because I had it on two different, depths of paper. So I fill that in, and now I'm struggling with the fact. So I move hate it. I move the it because I'm gonna, yeah. So I want it to be in the past tense. I hated it, not in the present tense of hate it. So because we're talking about something that's changed, something from then. So I changed that from hate it to hated it, and now I'm still not happy with the fact that there's this big empty space in the middle of my layout, and I don't know what to do about it. So I think about putting banner strips in there, and I actually end up, I'm like, no, maybe you're okay with it, and I'm like, no, you're not. So I go through, this is like my little banner bin, and I find this one from Amy Tan. It's from her cut and paste collection, and it has a gradient pink to yellow and back from, dark yellow to pink. And I thought, well, these are the colors on my layout. This is fantastic. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this down there to fill in that space. And I really like how that looks. I think it's great. And I'm going to leave the upper right hand corner blank. Don't need to fill up every section of the layout. And here I'm actually looking for there I was just looking around for the remote to turn the recorder off. But there is a look at the final layout. It's documenting then and now and my feelings about exercise, not the journaling page I was expecting it to be. And it does use those obnoxious My Mind's Eye letters. So I was happy I got to use those. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys go around and see all of the videos in the YouTube layout hop. I'm very excited to be a part of it again this month, and I will see you next time. You guys have a great weekend. Bye.